Welcome! Today we are gonna make homemade deodorant. I looked online, I found what I thought was gonna be the simplest recipe, so stay with me. Okay, I have never used this recipe before, so I don't know how much it's gonna make, but I have 2 empty deodorant containers here. I didn't even bother taking out the remnants at the very bottom because I thought that would actually make a good smooth platform to then, mush, because you have to kind of pack this down in there. Or anyway, I'm anticipating that you do. So I've got 2 containers here, although I've saved 6 or 7, so I have plenty. And one of the reasons that this recipe is so easy is the first 3 ingredients is just a 1/4 cup each. So 1/4 cup of cornstarch, 1/4 cup of coconut oil, which is a natural antifungal, and then a 1/4 cup of baking soda. I buy baking soda in bulk because I use it in all of my homemade recipes just about. I have chosen to use the 2 essential oils, lavender and tea tree oil, but I know this is antibacterial, has antibacterial properties, and lavender is just like my everything, smells amazing. The other things I have with me are just a glass bowl for mixing, a fork with wide tines, and a whisk to mix the dry ingredients, my 1/4 cup measure. My first tip is measure your dry ingredients first if you're using the same measuring cup so you don't have to clean out the coconut oil and then measure your dry ingredients. Let's get started. 1/4 cup of cornstarch. And I am not into exactly following recipes in my cooking or in my homemaking things, so I'm not gonna bother leveling that off. There's my 1/4 cup of cornstarch, 1/4 cup of baking soda. Just wiping this with a dry cloth so that I don't contaminate my huge thing of coconut oil. This is not completely liquefied, but it's nice and malleable. So there's approximately a 1/4 cup. It comes out pretty easy. Just gonna use my finger. Oh, I totally forgot to mix the dry ingredients first. No biggie. I was just gonna whisk them together, but it'll all get mixed anyway. So whatever coconut oil is left on my finger, I always just rub into my hands or my elbows because it's such a great natural moisturizer, and 1, hate for it to go to waste, and 2, it's hard to wash off anyway, so embrace it. Okay, so let's take a look at how this mixes up. So this is the first 3 ingredients: cornstarch, baking soda, and coconut oil. If your coconut oil is rock hard at room temperature when you're making this, then you can work this mixture with your fingers even, just so that it warms up and mixes more easily. You're gonna want it obviously to be able to mold into a mixture that you can imagine staying fairly solid in your deodorant bottle. So I'm gonna mix this a little bit more, but I'm also going to just keep an eye on how it's coming together, and I can always add either more coconut oil or more of the dry ingredients depending. So I'm gonna start with tea tree oil. I just got this at Trader Joe's. It doesn't have a dropper, so I'm just gonna pour it and try to pour a small amount. My guess is if I had a dropper, that would have been about 10 drops. And now for my lavender oil. This does have a dropper, and I'm just gonna take the whole dropper full, and maybe 1 more. Man, I love the smell of lavender. You know what? The essential oils, that tiny bit of added liquid is really helping this form into more of a paste. So I will say, before manipulating your ingredients, go ahead and make sure they're all in there. Oh, look at this. This looks great. It looks to me, it's very, very whipped mashed potatoes is what it looks like. Let's get it into a container. I'm gonna wind what was in there all the way down. Gonna do this to help it settle and get any air bubbles out. You can see it really helps it get smooth on the top. Yay, look at that. Okay, and I do have enough left over that I'm gonna start on my second one. Okay, I'm switching tools to this tiny spatula. If you guys don't have one of these, I got them in a set of 2 at Crate and Barrel for I think $5 or $6, and they are a fabulous little find. Just want to clean up the edges here. And even just sitting here, like, this has become slightly more solidified. But I am gonna put the lids on and put them in the refrigerator, and I will come back and show you the result. So I let these sit in my refrigerator for just about 20 minutes, and I feel like they could sit for a little bit longer, but I was getting really antsy and wanted to try them out. And one thing I already noticed, because I wanted to twist them all the way up and show them, but when you twist them up, mine won't twist back down. I guess this is still too soft to actually give the screw threads a good grip to pull it back down. So I'm not gonna twist it all the way up on camera, but like you can hopefully see that it's like they've become fairly solid, both of them. And I have a really weird self-consciousness about people seeing my underarms, so I'm not gonna apply it. Well, maybe I'll apply it secretly and just tell you what it's like. Okay, so I've just applied it. It caused it to get a little bit mushy, so I'm actually going to just rub it in with my hand to my underarm. And I have to say, actually, feeling it like that, it feels dry. Does that make sense? Smells really good. I mean, if you love the smell of lavender anyway. Maybe what I'll do to show it to you is like do it on my hand. So I'm coming in close. So you can see here we are. You know, it's solid, it's good. So you can see like it's a little bit gloppy. If you rub it in, I mean, there you are. I will say there is like a little bit of a grit to it because obviously of the cornstarch and baking soda. So, you know, this may not be for everybody, but I'm gonna give it a try. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever made my own deodorant, so I will leave any updates like as I'm using it. If I have any new tips or tricks or pitfalls or anything, I'll just leave them in the description bar below. Feel free to ask questions if you have them, and let me know if you do this too, or if you have an alternative recipe I should give a try, because as you know, I'm always looking. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. So this is day 2. I left one of the deodorant containers that I made in the refrigerator overnight, and then I left one out at room temperature, which for me was about 75 degrees. So this morning I got up. The one I left in the refrigerator was so hard that I couldn't twist it up at all. So that doesn't work. I went to use the one that I had left out at room temperature overnight, and it's really gloppy. It doesn't quite stay solid like a normal store-bought stick of deodorant does. So like I went and put it on, and it just like a lot of product came off, and I ended up having to rub it in with my fingers. So is this the perfect solution if you're somebody who's looking to replace your store-bought deodorant with something natural but still wants it to function exactly the same? No, this is not going to be that solution for you. However, if you're a super hippie granola, like willing to do something weird, like rub your deodorant into your armpits with your hands every morning, is this gonna work for you? Oh yeah. And smells great, seems to work great. If you're the former and looking for something that's gonna be like a pretty much exact replacement, but just more natural, then I would recommend Tom's of Maine deodorants, which I have used and love. And also Trader Joe's makes a really good unscented one with cotton fibers in it that I have had success with as well. But that's all for now, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.